Everyone, it's Nick with Us versus Herd. Thanks so much for watching this live stream. If you're tuning in right now live, thanks so much. We're about to hit 3,000 subscribers. We're a little bit under 100 away on this channel. The channel's been growing rapidly. I want to thank everyone who's been subscribing. Definitely appreciate every one of you. If this is your first time here, hit that subscribe button. If you want to know when I go live at 3:30 p.m. Central, so half an hour after close, pretty much every day. If we don't go live every day, we do post a video every day at 3:30 p.m. Central. If you're not part of our free options trading group, hit that link below. I post all my trades in there, and a lot of people comment, ask questions. You know, we got a lot of people that are intermediate, a lot of people that are beginner level. So don't feel like you can't join, no matter what level you are. You're definitely welcome here. Joe, what up? Jeff, what's going on? If you're live, if you're watching this right now, say what up. Definitely want to see who's here. Want to see what's going on. Today I've been on the go all day. Gunther Snaps, what's up? Crypto Vin was popping. Definitely was on the go today, and looks like I missed a pretty good trading day, pretty volatile trading day. Looks like Dow was down. I mean, S&P was down about 10. Dow was down 180, I think, and then Nasdaq closed up, which is kind of like the reverse of what's been happening last few days. Like last week, S&P and Dow were up, and then Nasdaq were down. Ahmed, what's going on, man? What's going on? Definitely glad you all are here. Glad you all are tuning in right now. Who's here from our options trading group? Just curious to see who's here from our options trading group. I know a lot of you guys are. If you're not a member, hit the link below, like I said earlier. But one of the things that I wanted to talk about today was overtrading. So I noticed, like, a lot of people in our group, a lot of people that contact me, they get in trouble with overtrading, and I know it's hard to not trade. I know it's hard to be patient, especially like if you have a small account. It's definitely hard because you also can't day trade as much as you'd like to, or when you see opportunities, you have to be like, trading with a small account, you have to be super disciplined on what's going on. Latoya, what up? Crypto Van, yeah, come join our group. Gunther got the YouTube notification. Definitely appreciate you turning on notifications. Yeah, so we go live 3:30 p.m. So overtrading, yeah. So what I was saying, a lot of people that are trading right now, especially with a small account, try to overtrade. I know that you like making money, and then when you're in a position that you're like, let's say if you're in a losing position, you feel like you got to trade more to get back into the green. And then also when you're winning a lot, you think you can keep the momentum rolling, so you keep trading, and then you get in trouble and you give back your gains. Like in the last couple of weeks, a lot of people messaged me saying, "Hey, I did turn in 1,000 into 2,000 or 500 into 1,000, and then I gave it all back, and I'm actually down money. I'm actually down to my last $200." And overtrading can definitely kill your account. So whether you're winning, you're losing, you have to stay disciplined in your trading. You can't just be popping trades all the time. And then I know that some people are even telling me that, like, they're getting in trouble with the PDT. Like, Robinhood flagged them, so they moved over to E-Trade, and then E-Trade flagged them, so they went over to Thinkorswim or Tastyworks. And it's like, if that's the thing, you're in a problem. You got a problem, bro. Like, if you're trading like that and you're getting flagged for PDT rule, you're not trading for the account size that you have. You're trading for the account size that you think that you have, but you're not trading for the account size that you have. And then also, like, people were telling me that they've traded so much that they have winning positions on, but they can't close them out because they don't want to get flagged for the PDT rule. So if that's you just need to calm down, kind of chill. Don't try to force things. I know trading is fun. You'll see a lot of opportunities, but sometimes you're gonna let the opportunities go by. I mean, if one of the biggest things you have to remember is there's always going to be another trade. There will always be another trade. Like, if tomorrow you wake up and you got a day trade, there's that trade for you. And if there's no trades, if there's no trades at the time, then don't force it. Like, if you're not getting fills, like I was telling you guys before, like, let's say I'm trying to do a spread. Let's say I'm trying to sell a credit spread, and I'm not getting the price that I want to get. I'm going to like put a couple orders in. If I'm not getting filled, I'll just move on, even if the opportunity looks good. But the option pricing sometimes gets skewed. Sometimes you don't get filled for the price that you want. Just don't like force a trade, because a lot of times when you force a trade, I know that from personal experience, I know that when I force a trade, when I push one through, like I usually regret it 10 minutes later, a day later. Like it's not a good idea to force trades. Logic, what's going on? Easy, what's going on? Oliver, day trading is a fool's game. So, I do like to day trade every now and then, but when I do day trade, it's because I put on a position and I didn't believe that I was going to be profitable so fast, or something worked out so fast in my favor, I take it off. But if I were to define my trading strategy, it's mostly swing trading. So if you're watching this right now, say what up. I'm kind of going on a rant here. Yeah, I mean, day trading. So one thing about day trading is that most people can't figure out how to time the market. So if you're timing the market, it's going to be very difficult for you. So that's why I'm defined more of a swing trader, because I try to not time the market, and I try to use speculation on my side versus being right. Gunther says, make a video someday about credit spread or iron condor strategy. I need better strategies. Yeah. I do have some videos if you're trading on Robinhood, but the only reason why I created them for Robinhood is because Robinhood makes it incredibly difficult for you to put on spreads. So I definitely have those in there. I can send you, Gunther, if you want, I can send you those links to those videos, but I will definitely be making some videos on other platforms as well. Easy was up 14% today because a lot of punk on Friday, so funds were low. I'm not sure what that means. Logic messed up his order today. And like in terms of like timing today, like if you take a look at the market today, a lot of mixed signals this morning. Can't really see this. There's a lot of things going on politically. Things that over the weekend, Chinese stopped the trade talks. I don't know what up here says Trump signs revised trade deal with South Korea. I mean, who knows? So you got to trade. In this day and age, you got to trade careful. And what happens? A lot of times when I talk about overtrading is what happens when news events come out like this. You're exposed to the market. So what a lot of people have been doing that I noticed, and I've done this in the past as well. I'm not going to lie to you. And what you'll do is, like, if you're winning a lot, you'll maybe put on 8 to 15, like 10, 15 positions on at one time. And when something big comes out like this, or the market goes a different way, your account is exposed a lot. So when I talk about exposure, I'm talking about how much money is in the market right now. How much money of your funds is in the market right now? Is it 10%? Is it 15%? Is it 50%? Is it 80% of the cash that you have? Is it in the market? That determines how much exposure you have. And look at this drop today. Amazon actually, these are the 15-minute chart. In the first 15 minutes, Amazon went from 1865 back up to 1900 and then carried out the day to 1934. So like, if you're very exposed to the market from overtrading, if you're very exposed to the market, when you see big drops like this, you're going to get nervous and you're going to take on losers just because you're trying to conserve capital. If you look at Microsoft today, also we had a huge rip down this morning, a couple bucks, and finished up a couple bucks up from the lows. Went down to 12.15, closed up here at like 114.67. Apple's kind of the exception. It kind of gapped down a dollar, but just ripped open. Goldman, I think, let's look at Goldman Sachs closed down. So, and then even if you have, let's say you were bearish and it was working out in your favor, you didn't have a lot of time to close it. Let's say your portfolio was skewed, more to the bearish side. Let's say you had a bunch of negative delta. Your overall portfolio is negative or bearish, and it started to work out in your favor, and you have 10 to 15 trades on, you're not going to be, this is only a 15-minute chart, you're not going to be able to close all these trades out in time. Let's say these all worked out beautifully. You're going to be taking on some losses because you're not going to be able to get out of these trades fast enough. I mean, you had a small window here on Amazon. If you, let's see what the 5-minute chart looked like. I mean, probably even worse. Yeah, the 5-minute, I mean, the 5-minute chart, this all takes in 5 minutes. So, and I'm sure people get very nervous, especially like over trading. So like when I'm trading, especially in this market, when you're having news comes out, you're going to by over trading, you're going to take on losses. And also if you're trading with anyone else, like Thinkorswim or E-Trade or Tastyworks, overtrading costs you money because you're paying a lot of commissions on it. So, it's not a great day. It's not overtrading costs you more money in the long run. Like, you have to keep your mental stability when you're deep into the market. If your account's deep into the market, you're gonna have a lot of cash in the market. You're gonna make decisions when things like this happen. You're going to make decisions like that are going to cost you money because you're not thinking clearly, because you're just looking to conserve your capital. You're not thinking about the overall long run. It turned out to be okay. I'm sure people panic sold here and now they're regretting that. Jeff says go Amazon. Joe, I missed a couple messages here. Yeah, Joe says today's market was totally news driven. I agree, definitely choppy. You can't trade that. You can't day trade that. You can't day trade these type of moves unless you're buying the dip, I guess. But I mean, this is scary. I mean, 1904 to 1865, people probably thought it was gonna drop 200 points today in this 5-minute window. I guarantee it. Easy says he lost all his profit on Friday. Funds were low. Easy, have you been over trading? I want to know. Be truthful. Joe. AMRN. Man, what a short setting up there. Take all day. AMRN. So I think that's all I have to say about over trading. Really, just people with small accounts tend to trade more. Joe, I don't really trade charts like this in general. And I don't even know. Did the options trade? Options aren't that liquid. I mean, all these calls have some volume on it, but the $6 puts have a lot of volume on it. But I don't know. Looks kind of like a gamble. JC, what's going on? If you're here right now, say what up. I want to meet all of you. If you're not yet part of our option trading group, hit the link below. That's where I can connect to you directly. Definitely appreciate that. Excellent. Buy high, sell low. Yeah, you gotta be careful. Sammy, what's going on? Bad day to trade today. Yeah, luckily, I mean, I thought today was actually going to be a good day to trade based on the news events, because those trades have been going well for me, especially like on Alibaba. We'll see what Alibaba did. I was actually away all day today. I did not put a single day a trade on. That's kind of what inspired this video. Is sometimes it pays just to sit back and not trade. Like if you don't always sometimes you make more money on less trades than you do on more trades. Believe it or not. And like from over trading, like if you're trading and let's say out of every 5 trades, 3 of those are losing trades for you, you're definitely over trading. You gotta scale back. You definitely gotta scale back. Gunther, thoughts on TRXC for the week. Let's check it out. Oops. TRXC. You guys like these single-digit stocks. Is there a reason why you guys like these single-digit stocks? Is this your account size or what? Like I don't like these single-digit stocks, mainly because it's just hard for me to make money in them. And they only have monthly options, and also let's see here, volume is kind of low. I mean, open interest is kind of big, but I mean the bid and the ask is like 10 cents. This is 5 cents here. I mean, this is not a trade that I would put on. There's some volume on these calls here. It's 5 cent wide, but I mean, you could get in some trouble. You can get in some trouble here. Gunther, you only pay. Gunther, you said you only pay $1 per option buy or sell. Did you put a video out? I'll do that. So Gunther, Saturday I put a video out on how to lower your trades on TD Ameritrade. I think I can show you right here. So I put out this video right here. How to lower your options trading commissions on TD Ameritrade right here. So I put that out. Just go to our channel. It's fresh on the list. Oliver, watch those interest rate sensitive sectors. I agree. Interest rate sector is going to be a thing. Samuel, any videos on swing trading? I do have some videos, but I don't think I have a ton. Badu killed Sammy. Sammy, what did Badu do? So I've been trading the Chinese stocks just because there's been opportunity there with the trade. It went down today. Did you day trade this, or what was the plan on that? Let's see here. I mean, look, after it went down, it just, well, I mean, if you bought on Friday at the highs here, I mean, you're going to be in some trouble here because it's down 10 points from that. But other than that, like, I think it looks like it's, to me, it looks like it's going to bounce back on this 15-minute chart here. It looks like it's just been consolidating all day, not knowing which way to go, just kind of, you know, pinging back and forth, probably some arbs, the robots and stuff, the algos playing against each other. But it looks like, I mean, if you look, kind of looks like it's trending up here. So you might get back into, you might be back into the winning position. Actually, I might be looking at a trade here tomorrow on Badu based on this chart. So thanks for putting that out. I trade Alibaba a lot. Badu, I don't really trade that much, but this Alibaba looks a little bit of the same as well. Nice little trend up here. Yeah, sure, it's lower than it was. I made some good money on Alibaba last week on these Chinese stocks. Joe says options are underpriced in low volume and AMRN. So for me, Joe, that's kind of, I have criteria for when I put on a trade. So if it has low volume and the bid and ask are kind of wide, I think there's better places to put my money. I don't like to risk my capital like that. I mean, everyone has their own personality and their own way to like to trade, but I found kind of the formula that turns me from a losing trader into a winning trader, and that's one of the criterias that I wasn't doing so well on. Stocks like that I wasn't doing so well on when I trade on that, so I don't typically trade those kind of stocks. Easy lost 750. Let's go back to Easy lost 750 on Friday. I had 189 in the morning, so I put everything in, but I couldn't sell EGC. Yeah, I mean, Easy sounds like to me like you're over trading. Like if you're going all in with your account, like if you're putting your entire account at risk, and let's say all those trades go bad, you know what? Whenever I put a trade on, you always have to ask yourself if you're low on funds, if you're getting down to it, you always have to ask yourself when you put that trade on, if I put this trade on, will I be able to trade again tomorrow? If the answer is no, if this thing goes bad, will I be able to trade again tomorrow? If the answer is no, you need to scale back your risk, and you're gonna have to stop yourself from over trading. CryptoVin, do you ever buy options in oil companies? If so, what ones? I don't typically trade oil. One thing that I do trade though, in terms of oil, is oil futures /CL. I do like trading options on oil futures. That's pretty much the extent of what I trade oil on. If you look at, I do like trading /CL /CL. This, if you don't know what these are, this light crude oil futures. I don't think this is available in Robinhood, but on Thinkorswim you could do it. You could also do it in Tastyworks as well. Let's see here. Sammy says call options though will go higher on Badu. Agreed. Badu. Let's go back to Badu, guys. Man, I'm just not hitting this keyboard today. IV's a little bit lower right now based on this. So I mean, you might be getting some good pricing in here. Let's check what we got here. Man, I did it again. Yeah, I mean, it doesn't seem too bad. So some decent volume on these today. Nothing crazy. Not as good as Alibaba, I don't think. Alibaba. Look at the volume. So you look at the volume on these right here. You know, we got like 6,000, 8,000, 2,000. So this is the kind of volume that I'm looking for, guys. If you're wondering what kind of stocks I trade, I look for volume. I look for volume like this, right here. Excellent. What broker do you use for options? So my main brokers, I use TD Ameritrade, so I'm on Thinkorswim right now, and I also use Tastyworks. I don't use Robinhood that much for active trading. I do a lot of videos on Robinhood because a lot of you guys use Robinhood, and it kind of helps you understand how the risk of trading on Robinhood and what Robinhood is good at, what Robinhood is bad at. But my main brokers are TD Ameritrade. I use Thinkorswim, and Tastyworks is what I actively trade on. Gunther, do you like double-digit stocks? So yeah, I like to trade anything like above 20. So one stock that I'm trading right now, the one thing that it's kind of expensive though, AMD, I've been trading a lot, you know, on this rise here, which most people, and looks like, you know, we're looking forward. Today it had a kind of a crazy day on AMD. I don't like the 5-minute chart. I like the 15-minute chart. So today had a nice day for AMD, but really in the last week it really hasn't gone anywhere. And nice consolidation. IV perked up a little bit today on the drop. It was coming down. IV was coming down here because we're pretty much in the same place we've been at for about a week. So I was actually hoping IV would come down a bit more on this rip here, but it looks like that's not the case. Looking to get some cheaper options up in AMD because looks like we're on the signs of either a major breakout or, you know, I don't know if this is going to be ascending or descending here. So it could go either way, but whatever way it goes, it looks like it wants to rip. Ahmed says, do you trade based on 50 or 100 MA stock? I don't usually typically use the moving average for trading. I don't use the SMA or the, you know, some people, everything's about perspective. So they'll say, well, you know, the 20-day moving averages tell me one thing, and then like the, you know, the 1-year moving averages tell me another thing. You get so many mixed signals. Like you, at the end of the day, you just got to do what's right for you. Like for me, this is super extended, and off the moving averages is probably even more extended based on this because it's been $9 for a whole year, $10 for a whole year. So this is way off the chart. So, you know, typically people say, well, shouldn't you short it? But looks like that hasn't been working out very well for people. So that's why I tend not to use so many studies. Like you can overcomplicate this with RSI and the moving averages and all that stuff. And at the end of the day, the best thing that works best for me are, you know, 52-week highs and lows, and also charts like this. If it's kind of consolidating, if it's coiling up, if it's looking like it's making lower lows, I mean higher lows. Like let's say for Microsoft. You know, looked like Microsoft was descending here, but now prop back up. So, you know, I typically trade more kind of along those kind of charts. I don't typically use the moving averages or anything like that. Charles, what's up? Thanks for the good work. Have you sold your AMD options? Mine expiring Friday. I think on Friday. Mine expired on Friday, and it was terrible. I had the chance to sell. I don't know if you tuned into the live stream on Friday, but I had the chance to close them out for only $30 down, and I didn't, and I regret that. So watch the video from Friday. I talk about the whole AMD trade and what I regret on there. What I did well, what I did terrible. AMD was on the list for things that I did terrible. A lot of good things happened last week, but AMD was not on that list. Joe says the only trade I see right now that can be entered, held for 4 weeks, is USO. The spike today, assured 200% gain. Yeah, USO. I don't like USO. Yeah, I mean we're sitting at highs. I think Bank Crude what was it like $81 or $82 a barrel today. Easy, you're up. Easy's up 28.5% on EGC. Lock those profits in, man. Gunther, you says that's why you like Gunther. Why do you like single-digit stocks? Sorry if I missed it. Why do you like single-digit stocks? Do you like trading Snap and all those kind of things? Snap actually had a bad day, right? I think I am holding shares on it, but I mean this looks terrible. This is just, I mean this is bad. I do have some Snap stock that I don't know what to do with. I don't necessarily need the money right now, so I'm just kind of waiting to see what happens with it. But I don't know. The companies that Snap had some news today about I think selling something or having shopping enabled through Amazon. So I think it perked up, but it closed down 2%. So people bag holding. Look at that. People bag holding. Sell the spike. Sell the spike. Crypto Vin, what do I think about Facebook stock calls? So I am a Facebook stockholder. It looks like it does have some consolidation down in here. You know, the lows are 149, 150 area. We're sitting at 160. 5. I mean, I like this for a bullish. I mean, I'm hoping it goes up to the 180. I would be bullish till about 180, 175 or so. I might actually be looking into something here as well. It looks like it's having some action here. The one thing that I'm a bit concerned about with like Google and Facebook and all that is it looks like Trump is trying to attack these. Now whatever that means, I don't know, but when news comes out like that, the robots hit these hard. So, you know, we'll see. And if you look at Friday, I mean, just straight down. Today was straight up. I mean, it's been a tough one to trade. Facebook has broken many hearts in the last couple months. Hope no one hears bag holding this at 200. So my average cost per share on Facebook is 88. So I'm not too worried about it. Just trying to figure out what to do with Facebook. And right now it's still in its range for the year, even though it's on the lower end of the range. So usually when things are on the lower end of the range, for me, it's a good buying opportunity. So I do like Facebook calls. Gunther's account is sub. You guys are talking a lot today. I love it. Definitely appreciate everyone that watches this. I can't express that how much that means to me. AMD is up. You're up 32%. Congrats. You want SPY to open low and move up through the week? Yeah, I mean, my typical favorite moves for a bullish play is when we open red and we go green. I don't like. I mentioned this on Friday. I don't like the gap ups. If you look at on Friday, I don't like the gap ups and then we give up the gains. Like, it's just not a good thing. That's why on Thursday when we gapped up. On Thursday, when the market gapped up here, I sold everything that was profitable. I sold everything that was profitable because I was afraid it was going to happen like that. Now it didn't happen. I could have made more money, but I also protected myself from the risk of on Friday. So Thursday we gapped up, went higher, but then Friday we gapped up and then went lower. So that's what I was afraid of. I was afraid of losing money. I was up pretty big on Alibaba and Goldman Sachs, so I sold everything. I sold everything that I could. Oliver, too many indicators can lead to a curved shifting. Yeah, so I try to keep my mind clear. I try not to obstruct it too much with too much data. Like, sometimes you can go on data overload, which leads you to make bad decisions. For small account, what strategy do you think works the best? You know, risking small. I think paper trading, once you have good track record paper trading, and then buying some cheap strangles, maybe on AMD or something like that, something that moves a lot. I don't know if your account's big enough where you can sell options or sell credit spreads. I definitely think selling credit spreads would be good only if there's high IV. A lot of people, what I've been noticing, that they've been selling credit, selling options on low IV stocks, and some stocks are low IV right now because we've been in a very bullish momentum. But be careful of that, because once, like, if you're selling options and you put the position on when IV is low, and then if IV expands, even if you know, whatever case you're further away, you could be losing money. So just be careful of that. EX, so do you trade stocks or options? Because both are different ones. So I hold stock on some accounts. So on some accounts I buy and hold, and I don't sell it for years or the case. So like I said, my average cost on Facebook is $88 a share right now, and I just buy and hold. Options I actively trade. So I actively trade options every day for the most part, except for today because I was gone. Logic, only short Snap, GoPro, and Cron. Yeah, I don't know anything about you know, the weed stock or where it's going. I mean, it indicates it wants to go up, but I mean, you got to be careful because this stuff's getting very crowded. What was Tilray? Sorry. Yeah, I mean, look at that. I mean, people are crying. You know, people that loaded up in the 200s, even 150s, are crying right now. Now, it doesn't mean that it can't go back up. Doesn't mean it can't go back up, but it went up too fast, too quick, too fast, and people got destroyed. So this is what you call, this is, you know, I know a lot of people made some money in here, but this is what the risk is of overtrading. So if you made a lot of money from like 20 to 140 or wherever, 20, and you kept winning, you could easily lose all those gains in just a couple of days, as you can see here, which I'm sure people did. So overtrading this would lead you to, because you couldn't lose on the put side here, so you kept loading up on calls, loading up on calls, loading up on calls until you have a major breakthrough, you make a lot of money, and then you get dead. So that's what you got to be careful of. Hold Facebook, yeah, I am holding. Luckily, I'm not bag holding like people in the 200s. That's what you gotta be careful about that. Like, you know, Tilray, people that loaded up in the high 200s or 300s, bag holding. Now they just lost 60 to 70% of their holdings in 3 days. You know, not good. Do you use technical analysis for options? Obviously, not good for long-term investing. So I think I went over this at the beginning of the video. I don't know if you were here, but I concentrate more on consolidation, 52-week highs, 52-week lows, and if the stock is moving a lot. I don't like for options trading, long-term investing. What was the question? Short-term options. Yeah, so that's pretty much what I rely on. Short-term indicators, 52-week high, 52-week lows, big drops, big rip-ups is kind of what I look for. What do I think about? What do you think about? Sammy wants to know what about Nike. So Nike, I think this report's going to be very. So we're sitting at all-time highs here. I think this earnings report's going to be really interesting. I'm actually looking into this. You got IV spiking up here. This earning report's going to be very interesting because I don't know if you guys are familiar with that marketing campaign that happened. I'm sure you are if you're on Facebook or Twitter and you seeing people, you know, burning their Nikes or whatever. But you know they said they added, like, you know, they added $6 billion in market cap and online sales exploded like $30 million. However, you got to be careful about that kind of earnings report, because depending on what they say here about the future, about the guidance. So when you're investing, investors care about the future, not what happened in the past. They're investing for what's going to happen in a year from now, 5 years from now, 10 years from now is what's going to impact the stock price. So for me, I'm going to be very cautious about it and see what this earnings report brings. But you know, last earnings, as you can see here, gapped up pretty nice from 72 to 80, and all the other times have been kind of flat. But looks like their last earnings report signaled the breakout. Then on here, August 31st or whatever, early September, they had that the advertising come out, and it dropped down a little bit, you know, a couple bucks, not a big deal. And then I think I tweeted on that, like, you know, people are holding the stock. You know, they went down $2. This is nothing for Nike. I mean, it went down $1.28 today. You know, that news was nothing for it. My buddy made thousands with puts on TLRI. Yeah, Gunther, people made a lot of money with puts on TLRI, but you got to be careful, because I didn't like trading it, because on TLRI, probably even now, premiums are so expensive. And when it was higher, these were like 25 bucks, 30 bucks. I mean, it was ridiculous. I mean, these premiums were so rich. And look, today had a 20% down move, and these puts are only up. These puts are only up 40%, 60%. I mean, the risk to reward here is too great for my liking. I've been telling you the guys that for weeks. Easy, I'll get to your Facebook post about shoes. Sorry, if you guys are in an option trading group, I apologize. I was actually gone all day, so I'll definitely be responding to people all night long. So if you have any questions, definitely post them in there. I'll definitely get to that. I apologize for that. Joe says he sees TLRI breach that second target of $100 I gave you last week, and today's 97.12 low won't be low enough. Joe, what do you think is good for this? Like $30 to $40 range? Because that would be, in my mind, a good range. I mean, it IPO'd at like 20 bucks here. You know, we IPO'd like, oh, you guys can't see that. I'm sorry. Here you go. You know, we IPO'd at the $20 range here, and it went up to 300. You know, when everybody thinks that they're a genius is when it gets overcrowded. Like, you know, everyone thinks they're a genius in a bull market, and really They've never seen any volatility, and then when volatility hits, I mean, they run scared. So they're not real traders. They're not really real investors when they keep hitting targets like this, because eventually, like, what happens with these traders that don't have a lot of experience, that made a lot of money on TLRI, they go and think they think they're geniuses. They put their money in other things that are harder to trade, and then they lose all their gains. So you got to be careful and learn from your mistakes. You got to learn from your mistakes. You can't just be thinking you're a winning trader all the time. You're going to have losers. It depends on how much you lose and how do you mitigate that. How do you mitigate that risk? How do you define that risk? I've seen people that have $10,000 accounts go to zero overnight. I mean, it's ridiculous. Joe says he'd be shocked if Nike doesn't gap down. Yeah, I mean, like I said, I would use a lot of caution this earnings. I'm probably not going to trade it. I'll probably be more of a spectator. What else you guys got? SHOO. I don't even know what that is. Oh, Steve Madden. Oh, yeah, I did see this post. I will respond to this. Yeah, I'm sorry about that. One thing I think that I did look at it. I didn't think the one thing. Yeah, this is what I remember. Look at their volume. So I'm gonna go over this for like the 100th time in the last couple of weeks. The volume is like nothing, man. Like, I wouldn't trade anything in here. You got the calls here. I mean, this is for October, so 25 days out. The calls here, you got a $5 wide strike. So what this means is nobody's trading this. So for a $55 stock, you got $5 wide strikes. Nobody's trading it. No volume. You got the $60 calls here. The bid and ask is 10 cents, and then in the money for like puts and stuff, it's like $80 right here. $80 different. If you look at these $50 calls here. Ask is $820, bid is $380. I mean, you're not gonna make money here, and if you do, if it does go up, you're gonna have a hard time selling it because there's no volume here, and you're not gonna make the kind of money that you want to make on this kind of thing. Let's see here. Looks like some people are fighting. No fighting. TL right now selling like ADX trade line. Let's see, Sammy. What are your best options you trade weekly or daily? So it depends on. So what I like to trade the weekly options. So for my personality, I like quicker turnaround. So when I'm selling options, I sell options that are like 10-day turnaround, 15-day, 20-day turnaround. I typically don't go. My track record for stuff that's like 60 days out, 45 days out is not great. I tend to know what the market is doing like right now. I'm better at short-term investing, gains like that. So I'm better at if I day trade. If I trade for the week, maybe on Tuesday I'll trade some weeklies. I'll buy this week's. On Thursday I'll probably be looking into like next week. And then if I'm selling options, I like to do a week or two out. So about 2 weeks out on selling options. Do you screen your portions every day? So the one thing that I will say about options trading is once you get good at trading certain stocks, let's say for instance, like Tesla, I've gotten pretty good at trading Tesla. And I don't need to screen for things all the time. If I see opportunity there, I will take it. For me right now on Tesla, I really like this bullish trend right here. Now it could easily be broken by one bad report, and things have been happening in that. But it looks like the bullish trend here is pretty much undeniable for me. Whether it goes back up to 380 or not, who knows? But this has been great two-sided action on options trading Tesla. Yeah, easy. I don't trade like stock splits or buyout news or anything like that, because you're gonna realize soon if you trade that stuff, you're gonna let's say you're trading a buyout and that buyout doesn't happen by the time your option expires, you lose money, and then you put the trade on again and the buyout doesn't happen before that, and then eventually let's say it does happen, the buyout does happen, you've already spent so much money trying to get the buyout right, it may not make sense. It's definitely better to trade something that's not stock splits and all that stuff. You know, what I find that about crowded trades, so it's kind of like the us versus herd mentality. What I find about crowded trades is that if everybody's doing it, it's probably not right. Like for the wheat stocks or like Bitcoin and all that stuff. You know, there's no such thing as free money. So that's really what it is. But guys, I'm probably gonna get off here because we're at 40 minutes. This has been my longest stream ever. Definitely appreciate everyone that's commenting. I will, if you join our options trading group, I will respond to all your questions. I was just gone all day. So if you guys have any questions, send me a message there. You could always hit me up on Instagram. You can hit me up on Twitter. You can hit me up on Facebook. I'm very accessible. I answer everyone's questions. You know, definitely appreciate everyone here. If this video was of value to you, please hit that like button. Definitely appreciate you guys. If you hit that like button, helps me out a lot. I love making these streams for you guys. I'm glad so many people join in or are actually enjoying these. I would never believe that. We're closing in on 3,000 subscribers, which is insane to me. I know that's not a lot, but for me, I mean, it means the world to me. So I definitely appreciate each and every one of you. Thank you all so much.